Once a water-rich planet, Venus is now known for its extreme conditions and uninviting atmosphere. With crushing pressure and an unforgiving climate, Venus has always been a difficult destination for space exploration, but it has also always seemed like a tantalizing prospect for scientific study. In 1961, mankind finally achieved interplanetary flight and the first ever probe was sent to Venus. This was just the beginning of a long series of missions that have studied and sought to understand this strange planet in great detail. Although its surface conditions are inhospitable, the cloud layers of Venus have been identified as possible habitats for life, although evidence of this has so far been inconclusive. As we continue to study and learn about Venus, it provides crucial information about our own planet's greenhouse effects and predictions about global warming. It is a fascinating and incredibly important destination for interplanetary exploration, and perhaps one day humans will even be able to visit and study this unique celestial body in person. Once upon a time, there was a planet called Venus. It was often referred to as Earth's sister or twin due to their similarities in size and mass. With a diameter of 12,103.6 kilometers, Venus was almost the same size as Earth and had a mass of 81.5% of Earth's. However, life on Venus could not exist due to its harsh conditions. The surface of Venus was vastly different from that of Earth, and this was due to its dense atmosphere. The atmosphere was made up of 96.5% carbon dioxide and mostly nitrogen for the remaining 3.5%, which created a surface pressure of 9.3 megapascals. This pressure was much higher than that of Earth and made it impossible for any life to survive. Apart from the surface pressure, the average surface temperature of Venus was another challenge that made it impossible for life to exist. It was recorded to be 737 K, which was above the critical points of both major constituents. This made the surface atmosphere a supercritical fluid out of mainly supercritical carbon dioxide and some supercritical nitrogen. Despite all these harsh conditions, astronomers and scientists have continued to study Venus. They believe that by understanding Venus, they can find clues and solutions to Earth's environmental challenges. Therefore, the study of Venus continues to fascinate and intrigue people around the world. Venus is a planet that has always fascinated scientists and enthusiasts alike. Its mysterious atmosphere is composed mainly of carbon dioxide and nitrogen, and it is so massive that its surface pressure is equivalent to what you would experience at almost 1 kilometer under Earth's oceans. The surface temperature is also consistently hot, with very little seasonal variation thanks to the planet's low axial tilt. However, one interesting fact about Venus is that the highest peak on the planet, Maxwell Montes, is actually the coolest point with a temperature of roughly 655 K. The possibility of Venus snow has also been speculated by experts, which is believed to exist on the planet's mountain peaks due to a process similar to that of snow formation on Earth. While Venus may not have seasons like Earth, astronomers have identified potential cyclic variations in sunlight absorption by the atmosphere in 2019. This variation may have been caused by opaque particles that are suspended in the upper clouds and could be associated with weather activity. The findings of lightning activity on Venus have been quite controversial. However, Whistler mode waves that were detected by Venus Express suggest the possibility of lightning activity. These intriguing details only add to the complexity and mystique of Venus, making it a planet that continues to captivate our interest and imagination. Before the 20th century, Venus was a planet shrouded in mystery, with little known about its landscape or geology. It wasn't until the 1970s that the secrets of Venus began to be unraveled. In 1975 and 1982, two Venera landers returned images of the planet's surface covered in sediment and angular rocks that suggested extensive volcanism. Later, in 1990–91, Magellan mapped Venus's surface in detail, revealing that the planet was covered in smooth, volcanic plains, composed of 70% plains with wrinkle ridges, and 10% plains or lobate plains. The rest of the surface was made up of two highland continents, Ishtar Terra and Aphrodite Terra. Ishtar Terra, the largest continent, covers the planet's northern hemisphere and contains the planet's highest peak, Maxwell Montes. Meanwhile, Aphrodite Terra covers an area roughly the size of South America and is full of fractures and faults covering much of the area. Most of the surface features on Venus are named after historical and mythological women, but some are named after historical figures like James Clerk Maxwell. As it turns out, Venus has several times as many volcanoes as Earth, with 167 large volcanoes over 100 kilometers across. The presence of sulfur in the atmosphere indicates that recent eruptions may have occurred. Evidence shows that Venusian surface has been shaped by volcanic activity, and there are several lines of evidence that suggest ongoing volcanic activity on Venus. The absence of impact craters on Venus indicates that the planet underwent global resurfacing about 300 to 600 million years ago, followed by a decay in volcanism and plate tectonics. The age of the Venusian surface allows for many unique surface features like flat-topped volcanic features called phaera, radial star-like fracture systems called novae, and circular rings of fractures known as coronae. Scientists have suggested that the nature of tessera terranes on Venus could mean that habitable conditions had existed on early Venus with the presence of a large amount of felsic crust and large bodies of water. It's exciting to imagine what other secrets the surface of Venus might hold, waiting to be discovered.
Do you want to explore more Greek mythology stories? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.